Ladies, gents, this is one of those mornings where I'm clearly struggling to find my love for NL Fantasy again. If you manage to get through this round, you're luckier than Stephen Bradbury. If you're young enough, too young, to know who that is, then look him up on YouTube. Stephen Bradbury, Olympics. Anywho, we get started. I'm going to blacklist Reed Mahoney early in this video. He's done his dash. The only chance I pick him up next year is if he's a cash cow. And the way he's going, there's a good chance he's a 35-point cash cow. So, Reedy. Sorry for anyone who picked him up 5 or 6 weeks ago and had a nice run with him. I've absolutely cursed him for you. So, the amount of 40s in these 3 games just was absolutely killer. Anywho, we'll start with a nice one in the Sharks v Titans. And a pretty average game from the Sharks again. They just haven't got it all together at the moment. But, with Finucane coming back now, I think that's really going to help them through the middle and their organisation and leadership there. So they should start improving. Yeah, when they were playing amazing at the start of the year, that was when Finucane was there. He's been in and out pretty well since round 5. So Nicho Hynes, welcome back to him at 83. If you captained him, well done. We would have liked this last week, Nicho, but 61 wasn't terrible. Just got involved in everything. The try assists, 3 goals as well. Had a great game. Tino there was 64, was lovely with Blake Brayley as well. Tino was actually increasing his average very quickly here the last month or so. A bunch of really high scores and just big points through the middle there with 53 in base to go along with a few offloads and a couple of tackle breaks there. But definitely someone if you want to look at, it'd have to be after round 17, but I don't think he's going to be of too much interest anyway. Blakey Brayley with 59 there, had a nice try. For anyone who picked him up, you did better than Reedy, that's for sure, with Blake there. Bo for more, if you're still holding him, he had a nice game. I think he's going to be a trade, obviously, fairly soon, considering they don't play in 17. If you still own him, there's still 4% that do. Moylan had a solid game again, a couple of back-to-back decent games for him. Fodder Waker's in there as well. In terms of other guys that are of interest here, Cam McInnes is my worry there. The 50 minutes this week, considering he'd been playing the low 60s in the previous ones, we spoke about him as being a really high-level pick this week, and the minutes was really down, and surprising, that they are down that low with what he's been playing the last bunch of weeks. I don't know how much Finucane on the bench should change that when he's not playing huge minutes himself. So very frustrating. The PPM a little bit down just with the no attacking stats this week and tackles only being at the 30 mark. But again, the 50 minutes is the main issue there. Let's hope that it goes back to normal as of next week. So it was just a rotational thing this week, and we'll go from there. But very frustrating for that one. So he kicks off the 40 bandwagon there. McIntyre 36, for anyone who picked him up, he's going to continue to make a little bit of cash there. Paulie Turner had a nice game, obviously off with 13 minutes remaining there at the 289k. He was doing really well in terms of his points. He had 3 turnover tackles early in the game, which helped him out, and just picked up a bunch of missed tackles near the end. So that was him. We had Talakai with a 27, very frustrating as well for him. For those, there was a bunch of people that were looking to pick him up as a keeper there, and he just looks like definitely he's going to be one of those guys that's going to be up and down in his scoring over the season there. And Sexton back to a 14 for him. So we knew this score was in him for sure, and unfortunately it came out this week. And Mulatalo, who a few people were picking up as a great option too, obviously that left side just didn't get involved too much. Only 117 metres for him and 145 for Talakai. The 6 tackle breaks, but no attacking stats at all down that left this week. Finucane was playing 39 minutes, so it's not like it's out of this world for a bench forward to be playing that many minutes. So, interesting why McInnes was only 50 there. Okay, we'll go to the Panthers Warriors. This was a very expected outcome, the 40-6 there, and led by King Cleary with the 78. So if you captained him, awesome work. Happy days, and definitely clearly the best option in the game still. The best captaincy option, the best half, and with a few guys closer to him in the DCEs and Munsters and stuff like that. So Cleary did everything, got the 2 try assists, plenty of run meters. Kick meters a little bit down compared to normal, but they were obviously making plenty of meters through the middle and on the edges there. Isaiah Yeo, well done. If you still own him, the 77 with the try, just got the 59 in base, was incredible. And will definitely be an option come the back end of the year. He's averaging 60, so anyone that's around that mark, we definitely need to speak of them as a high-level option. Obviously, him not playing, not backing up in round 14 is a worry for round 18 as well. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And look to him in maybe 19, 20 as a nice potential under 800k, maybe. He'll obviously be pretty close to that number, but we'll see how he goes over the next few weeks if he potentially plays limited minutes in around 18. And go from there. Coruscant and Edwards, 62 and 61. finally, the Coruscant owners got a decent game out of him, like over 40 anyway. The 68 minutes was nice, and he did exactly what he needed to do with a couple of try assists, and the 2 missed tackles for his 47. Edwards, a nice one for anyone that picked him up. I know there's not a heap. The 6.3% isn't a lot owned in the top 5,000, but he had a lovely game, obviously, as well, with the line break, the try, and the try saver. Finally, here we go. We got a Walshy game, and very exciting that you could get a 60 out of Walshy in this kind of game when they only got the one try. He was obviously facilitated that line that try assist, but picked up a line break as well. Kicked his goal, obviously, a few turnover tackles, the run meters, the kick meters as well. Forced dropouts. He was in everything that they could drum up, which was really nice, and definitely shows that he could be that cut price option. And for him to do it against this team, if he can do it next week as well, I think we can make that decision that he probably is that cut price option that we may need in the wing fullback, along with someone like To'o, who thankfully got for anyone who picked him up, got a nice try at the end to solidify that 50 for him. But Crichton was 54, was solid as well. Anyone who owns him, great opportunity to hold him through this week and potentially trade him the following, or in 17. Josh Curran picked up that try at the end, which was nice. Only the 48 run meters for him on that edge. Obviously not good enough, but he'll increase from that and won't really be losing much in terms of cash there. Taylor May with the 51 for him. So if you held on all the way through here, you lucked out. You did really well with him. You got the try, you got the try saver. Plenty of run meters, plenty of tackle breaks there. So well done to Taylor owners. We spoke about To'o. The run meters was great, and got those 2 tries. And that's going to be not standard, but against the lesser teams, he's going to be scoring those tries. But surprisingly, the lack of offloads and tackle breaks was the only thing that stopped him from getting a 65-70. So the good thing with To'o, he can do it in 2 ways. He can do it in scoring tries. He can also do it through tackle breaks and offloads. And this week was the tries, and that'll change week to week. In terms of down the line there, we've got Tohu Harris, who was actually on a pretty solid game. If he was playing the 80 minutes, we're looking at a low 50s there for sure. And unfortunately, got taken off with 13 to go and the 43 points. So very frustrating at the moment. Remember, we do have him at 624 now. So if you own him now, you're pricing him in that around that 43, 44 mark. And at a minimum, this is what we need. But we obviously have bought him to be getting in the 50s, and unfortunately, it's not happening at the moment. And we'll see what happens when they have a game that's a little bit closer, hopefully, and they can have like a 24-18 game or something like that. It's just the amount of points in these games. It's just stopping the amount of tackles that he's going to get. So unless things changes, it's going to be a bit of a worry for Tohu going forward. And he's definitely not a trade out, but it's a frustrating one. It's not too much we can do at the moment. I don't think anyway, personally. Volkman got the 32, so if you picked him up, I think the tackling was the biggest part for him. Obviously, there wasn't a lot else going on. Had the one tackle break, had the one offload, and the forced turnover tackle. But 36 run meters, 38 kick meters, not ideal. And we'll see what happens with Johnson. There's some chatter around him not getting picked, so potentially Volkman could run the team around a little bit. Not that that's going to help them too much, but I don't know why you would look to move on from Johnson. But it's obviously tough times in the Warriors camp, and who do you change? What do you do? You obviously have to do something, but is that the right move? I'm not sure. Luai 31, Egan 30, so low one from him. Tungo with the 24. So if you held on to him, I'm sorry for steering you that way. He was the only person in the back line that didn't get any attacking stats. Not even a tackle break or an offload there. Just a 23 in base, end up 24 points. Like no negatives at all, and still only got the 24. So it's time to move on from Tungo. He's clearly not a keeper. He was dominating at the start of the year, and then he's fallen away from there. So time to move him on. Unfortunately, if you played him, I'm sorry. Let's move on from that one. Ugh. I don't want to talk about this game. There's a couple of it's so frustrating. There's a couple of nice ones in there, but plenty of bad as well. Lindsay Collins there with a big game, 47 tackles, 110 run meters there, and 5 tackle breaks. Just the one negative there for 66 for him. Takaaho as well with the big minutes. So they had to cover for Butcher, obviously, who we'll speak about and we are sad about, who unfortunately got the 12 points. But these guys had to step up, and they did so accordingly. For anyone who picked up Siwa a bunch of weeks ago, he has been doing really well. Obviously, really, really lowly owned, and up to a 48 average from a pretty low one at the beginning of the year. Suoli'i had a lovely game with 60 there, with 2 tries, 3 line breaks, 10 tackle breaks, was spectacular, even in a losing side. So he's definitely a star and is going to improve week to week. And a 378k, you're getting that up and down, you're getting the 60, you're getting the 10, which is an issue at the moment. We need to see a little bit more consistency. Obviously, someone like Manu has that consistency. His bad games are a 28-30 in the centres, and then his great games are 60 to 80, which Suoli'i has pretty close to that top right now, but just has a much lower floor at the moment. Marnie there was 59. So yeah, to have this kind of game where you have obviously 3 line break assists is lovely to a Suoli'i there, but the 1 try assist, but he's got the 25 tackles for 4 misses, so plus 17 on that side of the ball, the 3 offloads of 4 tackle breaks, and the 95 meters. So to not even crack the 100 meters and have 59 points, this is the type of player that you're looking for to build around. You've got the forced dropout, you've got a couple of kick defusals as well. This is the consistency is what I'm talking about that we're looking for, and he's priced just under 50 at the moment. So we do need him to be scoring up near that mark, on a regular basis, especially when he's hitting 31s in the other week. So great week for Manu. Don't rush to buy him, but just appreciate what you want and need in the center position. Madison, so back to 61 minutes and just under a 1 ppm this time. The attacking stats weren't there, but the 5 offloads and the 47 in base was killer for him. Did really, really well. Tupanua with another try. We had Shawnee Lane with another great game of 56 for him. 2 try assists was terrific. Joseph Paolo there with 55 in his 59 minutes. So he had a really big game. The 229 meters really helped them get over the line here. Moses with 54 was solid and did his job without doing anything really spectacular. Just ran the team around and got the win, which was good. Penasini, if you're owning him, he's so fun to own. Up over a 40 average now in the four offloads, 3 tackle breaks, 26 tackles for 1 miss is incredible. They obviously put a bit of traffic his and Moses' way, and only the 87 meters again to get over 54 points. This is what you're looking for in a keeper center. So Penasini might end up being a full-term keeper, which is great. It might help my team out, that's for sure. Even if he's not playing, with him playing in 17, he's going to play the rest of the year now. So holding him through 13 was the way to go. Angus Crichton with 52, so it was okay. I'm not going to get angry at him. Who I am going to get angry at is Papali'i. We picked up a line break and a try. I picked him up in my team this week, spent all that extra cash on him, and then he gets a 49. I'm definitely cursed. Apart from Penasini, I'm cursed with Eels players this year. Sorry, again, for putting the mocker on Papali'i. Obviously, through the middle is just not as good at the moment. The scoring's not there, and the run meters is less than what he gets on the edge, surprisingly. The 26 tackles, 77 run meters, missing 5. It's 33 in base, 23 in base in total. There is not enough for him, and it needs to bump that up. So tough game, 50 and a 49 the last couple of weeks. He'll lose a fair bit of cash. So if you don't own him still, there's not many of us. I own him now, not many people, but need to go into that quick smart. Gutho 43, Reedy 42. Ugh, not going to talk about it. Teddy 42 as well, so he was okay. Just need the attacking stats there, the 3 offloads, the 6 tackle breaks. Run meters was down a bit too, strangely. Dylan Brown as well, so definitely cursed in this game, as I was saying. Got the line break and a try as well. 6 missed tackles for him, weird. Only the 100 meters, little bit of kicking, just not his game. We need him to get back up to mid-20s in the tackles. Obviously, if he actually made his tackles, he would be there. And running for 150 is the ideal there. And obviously, some attacking stats like he did is good. But yeah, to score in the 7th minute and then end up with 41 in the 80 minutes in a game you win, not enough. Can you tell I'm not happy? Tupou 24, Baker 20 if you still own him, needs to get rid of. And then Butcher, we'll speak about him through the week, but don't want to talk about too much, but the 12 I'm obviously upset with. Head-to-head squad, very happy after him getting the 69 last week in the 80 minutes to then come back and miss this game with only 12. So that's that, guys. So I hope you enjoyed that video. You got to laugh at me, one of the 2 things. Please like, subscribe. Appreciate you all for being here, and we'll catch you in the next few videos, guys. See you later.